Woo. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It is Binky here today going through some lipsticks. So 2025 is going through my stuff. I said it in 2024, didn't really do that well, but I'm going to this year, and I've already started going through a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff here, and a lot of it's mostly eyeshadows, lipsticks, and blushes. I have a lot of everything. So really want to get rid of things this year. So I'm starting to go through my lipstick collection and starting to declutter things that I won't use or I just have too many of, and I'm not going to get through them all in a lifetime, and they're going to go bad. So today I'm going to be talking about Kaleidos, and the thing is they've kind of disappeared. Sorry, I have hair in my face. They've kind of disappeared. They haven't released anything new this year. They were like the it brand, and then they went into hair color and really neutral palettes that nobody was talking about, to be honest. And it's kind of unfortunate, because if you're going to start as a really colorful, exciting brand, you kind of have to stay there. You really do. You're going to really confuse people, and I think that's why we haven't been hearing a lot about them. They really are quite popular. It's kind of sad. But hopefully they come back with a great 2025 like the rest of us. So I have their stuff, and I really haven't used it that much. I tend to use it more in winter, and I find the colors that I have are more fall winter. So what I'm going to do is I have 8 of these. 8. Only 8. And so I'm going to go through and talk about the formula once I swatch all these. Okay, so the first one is North. Now, I started wearing these again, but I haven't worn all of them. That tells you how long I've had this. Okay. So, North. I don't really care for this color so much. It's not bad. It's just not a me color. It's a little too warm. I am actually a cool tone. I always say this, cool tone leaning towards neutral. And I feel like this is a bit too yellowy for my complexion. This one definitely is on the chopping block for me. It doesn't mean I'm going to get rid of it this year. And the reason is because I have just enough to fit these tins. So part of me is like, I don't want to give them up, which is kind of stupid because I could just pop these out and put something else in here. But for reference for me in the future, or by the end of the year when I go through what I've used, this one's on the chopping block. Just because I have other colors like this that are have a little bit of that kind of grayish color in it, a little bit of gray to make it a little bit more cool tone. And I think I lean towards that a little bit more. So yeah. Okay, the next one is Pink Himalayan. Okay. So I love this color. I've worn this one a few times this year already, and I love it. This is a me color, 100%. But gosh, this is pretty. It's like a nice warm chestnut kind of color, though not as rosy, but a little bit like a not as reddish, chestnut color. I love this one, and this is something that I would wear all the time during the winter and fall. This is what I've been into the last couple winters, and I absolutely love this. This one is going nowhere, even though I probably have 8 other lipsticks that look almost identical. Not this formula though. Okay, this one is Echo Valley. I love this one. I love this one. This is another one that I would wear day in and day out. Gosh, that's so pretty. These are my colors, and I chose all these. So I chose all these originally. I love this one. It is, of course, not going anywhere. I'm doing a great job. I'm not just going to get rid of stuff to get rid of stuff. You know, you have to have a reason why. And I wouldn't, because I would wear this like all the darn time. And I will. Okay, the next one is Dune. Let's see what this one, I don't even think I've tried this one yet, but let's check it out. So this one's really pretty. A really pretty, like rosy brown, like definitely warm tone. I do think it's pretty, but I don't think this is a color I gravitate towards all that much. I have other colors that I like a little bit better. So though it is a beautiful color, this one I think is a little bit on the chopping block as well. Yeah, so I think basically out of this set, it's basically these two. So this one, North and Dune, definitely keeping these. I'll make a decision at the end of the year when I go through these videos and like do a declutter at the end of 2025. God, this packaging though is great. But as far as this color, I just don't, it's not a me color. It's not doing me any favors. And it's not something that I would gravitate towards. I would only use it because I feel like I need to, but it wouldn't spark a lot of joy. I know I didn't read that book about sparking joy. I've just heard about it. So this is Sienna, and this is where it starts getting interesting because these start heading more into the darker colors because I do like those, whether they look good on me or not. But Sienna. Ooh. So this one is very similar to Dune. They're almost identical. Yeah, they're almost identical. They're so similar. I don't know how I feel about this one. This one's on the chopping block as well, I feel. Maybe less so. I like this one a little bit better, but I just, I don't like these rosy kind of like clay color browns. Again, because I'm more of a cool tone, but I can wear it. It's not horrible. It's just too close to the other one. So yeah, this one is so similar. It's very similar. Sierra. Yeah, so this one's on the chopping block as well. So this one is Rose Fire, and this one just excited me from day one. Just day one. I love colors like this, and it just looked like a unique pinkish red, and I'm always looking for that. Wow, I love this one. So definitely a cool tone, a little bit crazy with this eye look. Going with a little bit of a darker eye look for me today, and this is not the answer. This is beautiful. So it is like a pink, but a reddy pink, and it's just beautiful. This would be so great in spring or summer or anytime you want to wear it. Actually, it's a year round. This is beautiful. I love this one. I will say it has a little bit more of a sweet chemical taste than the other ones though, which I'm not loving. I'm very much aware of that, which I don't love. It's probably just the formula. Really obvious with this one. Not, you know, not my favorite, but gosh, that's beautiful. This one is probably one of my favorites so far, except for the kind of like cooler tone grayish, like brown, grayish brown ones. I love those. But it's simple but beautiful. So these definitely start staining at this stage, and that's okay. You kind of have to expect it. But this one is Smeared Rouge. Ooh. This is gorgeous. I would really recommend a lip liner with this, and I'm not a lip liner type, but ooh, this was difficult. It also is a little bit patchy. Yeah, it's very much patchy while going on. And still a little bit, but once you keep building, great. but it lip liner would really help. And I would suggest lining the whole area and then underneath. Though with the formula, you may not need to do that. Usually I do that with lipsticks. I mean, when I use liner, I'm not a big liner gal. I'm like, come on, let's be dangerous today. But yeah, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous, but I have colors similar to this in a formula that I'm a little bit, I don't know. This makes me a little bit nervous. A little bit patchy going on. You can fix it, but it can make touch-ups a little bit difficult, you know, but it's gorgeous. I'm definitely keeping it for now because it is absolutely beautiful. It's beautiful. So this next one is Mercury Wave. I tried to get the other color off, but boy, it was tough. So I hope it doesn't affect this one. We will see. I think I covered up most of the red. This is wow to me. This one was the one that I found just to be, like, really grabbed me, along with Rose Fire. These two were the ones where I went, wow. But yeah, cool tone look. This is just gorgeous. I love this color. I wouldn't wear most of this with this eye color, but maybe not the best choice. But gosh, this one and Rose Fire are definitely my favorites, along with Smeared Rouge, and then the two after North, number 2 and 3. Don't know the names off the top of my head, but those four, ooh, gosh, these are beautiful. These are absolutely beautiful. This is just, oh my gosh, I would wear this time of year. I don't think I have anything like this. I think this one is truly one of the most unique of the collection. I love this one. I love it. I love it. So that being said, there's like a couple that I probably would not keep. And so I think I could easily at the end of the year get rid of 3, and it would be North, Dune, and Sierra. Those would be the 3. They're not for me. Oh, there's no way I'm getting rid of Wave. Rose Fire is fantastic, but it really has a strong chemical taste to it, more so than the other ones, and I don't know why. It's very strange. But I could knock it down and then have an extra one elsewhere of these. It'd be very easy to cut this down to 5 right now for me. Very easy. So at the end of the year, I may do that. Like I said, I'll go through these videos, and then I'll do a big declutter at the end of 2025 of things. So thoughts on these? These are interesting. They basically are like lip clays, and I'd never used anything like them really before. Of course, we know how the mattes work. These are interesting because they never hit matte formula. So they're really like putty when they go on your lips. Very, making sure it's not on my, that's a good thing is they don't get on your teeth. And this color makes your teeth look white. Thank you. They never fully stick. So it's not like a matte lipstick where it goes on and then it locks in. These still kind of move a little bit, and you could feel that they move a bit. They're not locked. Because of that, I feel like they're a lot more comfortable than a matte. If you have really dry lips, they may not be. But for me, I feel like there are some matte formulas that are a little bit more comfortable, but a lot of them tend to really like be a vice grip on your lips. With these, I don't get that as much, and I wore a couple of these all day long. And the nice thing is they do stay put. If you're drinking a hot drink like I do this time of year, maybe having some tea, it will move it up outside the lip line a little bit as you drink, so you got to be careful with that. It can move them a little bit because they're not as solid as a matte. Even with mattes, I have that happen. The lasting power is beautiful on these. A quick touch up in the middle and just bup, 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 and boom. It just, you're golden. I mean, with darker colors like this, I would say, hey, use a mirror. But they're really easy to touch up. For me, comfortable. The darker colors do stain, but you know that, you know it's gonna happen, and I'm okay with that. But I feel like the longevity is really good, depending what you're doing. If you're eating something greasy or something hot, yeah, it's gonna wear off faster. But if you're more careful, you probably have to touch it up every 5-6 hours, just in the middle section of your lip, like is normal. But my goodness, these are great. The formula is fantastic. I'm kind of sad they kind of gave up on them. I wish they had stayed with the formula and stayed with the wild colors and maybe come out with some murky greens, you know, murky or dark browns, maybe a black, things like that. And maybe they had them and I just didn't see them because they're not the colors I would gravitate towards. But they kind of were on a landmine with the, or a landmine, not a landmine, but a gold mine, a gold mine with these. And I think they just brought out a lot of interesting, strange colors. It could really revive these. And the thing is, if they could do that with the brand, people don't want the neutrals. People wanted the special shades. Like the futuristic palettes were the best. I used to wait for the new one to come out and buy them all. I still have all of them, including the neon ones that I don't even wear. I don't even like neons, but because the packaging was so unique, it was so creative. It was like beautiful small palettes just put together so well and cohesively. And it was done before the curve. Now everybody wants smaller packaging and less options. So they were ahead of the curve, and then they kind of just dropped off the planet. It's like, bring it back. Bring back these with unique colors. Bring back some of the more curated, small, colorful palettes. And I think they would do really well. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening with the company. But yeah, I like the formula. I think it's pretty comfortable. You are aware it's on there. It's thicker than a lipstick. You can feel it's on there because it is a little bit more drying because it is a matte. But that being said, if you really don't like matte lipsticks, then this clay formula may be for you because it is phenomenal. And this packaging, please, even if I get rid of some of these, keeping it. So yeah, at this point, I'm not decluttering any. I may try the ones I didn't like on their own just to see how I feel about it. And then what I do is I put a little X at the bottom, which means it is on the chopping block. And then I'll make a decision either halfway through the year, because I don't want to keep stuff around for a year, but we'll see. And then at the end of the year, declutter it, because they are in the chopping block. So that would be North, Sierra, and Dune. And my favorites, of course, are New Wave, Smeared Rouge, actually Rose Fire, and I love the other two. I can't think of the names. I'll put them to the side, but they are phenomenal. And they're exactly the type of colors that I would wear. Pink Himalayan was one of them, and the other one is slipping my mind. But oh, it's a nice formula. Come back, Kaleidos. Kaleidos. Make it happen.